Welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle and today I'm going to be showing you how you can crochet this bunny headband. This project will consist of you needing to know how to do a slip knot, a chain, a double crochet, and a half double crochet. So if you know how to do all of those, you are good to go, but no worries if not. I'm going to do my best to show you exactly what it is that I'm doing. Earlier this year, I made this bunny beanie and it kind of inspired me to make this bunny headband. It gets a little too warm to wear a beanie, plus sometimes I just don't want to hide my hair. So I thought, why don't we just make a headband and then pop the ears onto it and we're good to go. This is going to be the headband that we're going to work on today. And then this is what the bunny beanie looks like. So if you are interested in seeing how it is that I made the beanie portion, then let me know in the comments below and I can totally get working on a tutorial for you guys. Before we actually get into the video, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel, or you can also follow me on TikTok if you like. I have a lot of crochet and fashion content over there too. This is my first crochet tutorial, so bear with me. I hope I explain everything okay, but if you guys do have any questions about whatever it is that I'm doing, please leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them all. Now with that being said, let's get into the video. For this project specifically, I'm going to be using this yarn. It is from the brand Red Heart in the color turquoise, and it's a size medium 4. I'm going to be using a size 6mm hook, so a J hook. You're also going to need a couple of stitch markers and one of these crochet needles too. Oh, and scissors of course. Now to make the actual headband, what we're doing essentially is making 3 separate portions and then we're going to bring them all together at the end. I have an example here to show you. So this is going to be the headband portion and these two are going to be the bunny ears that we attach to the headband. For the project, we're first going to be starting off with the headband portion. So it's just going to be a really long rectangle. If you're going to make this for a baby, you may want to do less chains. If you have a lot of hair and you need a longer headband to wrap around it all, you may want to do more chains. So for my headband, you're going to chain 100 and then do 3 rows of double crochets. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my yarn and we're going to make a slip knot. You are going to cross the yarn like this, create a loop, and then with this end, you can bring your fingers through, pinch it, and pull it through like that. So again, I'm going to cross, pinch the end, pull the loop through, and kind of tighten it around the end of the hook. First, we're going to create the headband. So basically, we want our chain to wrap around our head comfortably and then have some on the end so that we can tie around our head. So we're going to do 100 chains. Now to do a chain, if you're not exactly too sure how, you're going to take your hook, grab the yarn, and then pull it through the loop. Take your hook, grab the yarn, pull it through. Now we have 2 chains. 2 chains! Sorry. Hook the yarn, pull through, hook the yarn, pull through. So once you get the hang of creating the chain, just go ahead and keep doing that until you get to 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what our chain of 100 is going to look like. Here we are with our hook at the end of our chain. Now what we're going to do is kind of turn our project here to the side. We're going to put our yarn over the hook. You see the next little chain right here? We're going to skip that one and then we're going to put our hook into the next one. I'll show you how to do that again. So we have our hook in the loop. We're going to yarn over, skip this first chain here, and put our hook into the one right next to it. And then we're gonna hook our yarn and then bring a loop through, just like this. And what we're gonna do is a double crochet. So once you have all 3 of these loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over again, and then you're going to bring the yarn through these first 2 loops, and you'll have 2 loops on your hook. And we're going to yarn over again, and then bring that through the last 2 loops. And then there is your first double crochet. You yarn over, put our hook through the next chain, and bring the yarn through. Now we're going to have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, and then bring the yarn through the first 2 loops. Then we're going to yarn over and then bring the yarn through the last 2 loops. Now this is what it might look like. Yarn over, stick your hook in the next chain, bring the yarn through. Now we got 3 loops. Bring your yarn through the first 2 loops, yarn over, and then bring the yarn through the last 2 loops. We're coming up on the last stitch here. So again, yarn over, stick your hook through, hook in the yarn, yarn over, bring the yarn through its first 2 loops, yarn over, bring it through the last 2 loops. There goes our last double crochet for this row. Now to start the other row, chain 2. So hook the yarn and bring it through once, hook the yarn and bring it through one more time. So now we got 2 chains. Flip the project now, so we're going to turn it over, bring that to the other side, and then to start it off, again, just yarn over, and we're going to put our hook right here in this first one. And bring our yarn through, and then do your double crochet. So it's going to look like that. Now just continue going all the way into the end, and I'll meet you there. And we're pretty much just going to do the same, chain 2, flip it over, and then double crochet all the way into the end. We're going to finish this headband off with 3 rows. Approaching the end of row 2. So we're going to finish this row off with another double crochet, just like that. Again, to start the new row, we are going to chain 2. So hook your yarn, bring it through, hook your yarn, bring it through. Flip the project like this, and then we are going to put our first double crochet in this first one here. Now we got our flat edge on the side here. We're just going to double crochet all the way until the end, and then we'll be done with the headband portion of our bunny headband. And then here goes the last double crochet. Now we are done with the headband. This is going to be the base, what we're going to be assembling and putting the bunny ears on. But we got to finish this off first. We have our hook through, we just did our last double crochet. What I like to do, just to make sure that the yarn doesn't unravel on its own, I like to just do a chain, 1 chain, and then I cut off the extra. So that way it kind of prevents it from unraveling. See, it makes that like the little knot there. Now we're gonna weave in these ends. Stick your yarn through, you know, one of these double crochets here, and we're just going to weave this through back and forth, back and forth. So we're gonna go like this, we're gonna go like this, and then just keep going. Once you weave in your ends, it's gonna look like this. So now we can put this to the side and get to working on the actual bunny ears. Now this is the shape that we are going to make our bunny ears in. If you know how to make a bikini top, this is pretty much the same thing except that it's way longer. We're gonna get our yarn, do a slip knot, put our crochet hook through the loop, and now we are going to chain 30. Hook your yarn, bring it through, 1, hook your yarn, bring it through 2, and then just keep going until you reach 30. 29, 30. What we are going to do next is we are going to do half double crochets for the ears. So for the headband, we were doing double crochets. Now for the ears, we're going to do half double crochets. And it's kind of the same, if anything, a little bit easier. We are going to yarn over, just like we did with the double crochet. And then into the next available chain, we are going to put our hook in, bring the yarn through, pull up the 3 loops on the hook, just like the double crochet. But the difference, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna yarn over and we're gonna bring it through all 3 loops. So you know how double crochet, you yarn over, bring it through the first 2, and then bring it through the last 2? Well, we're gonna bring it through all 3 loops. So I'll show you that again. We're gonna yarn over into the next available chain. We're gonna stick our hook through, bring the yarn through the loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're gonna yarn over and then just bring that through all 3, like that. So yarn over, put your hook into the next available chain, bring the yarn through, yarn over, and then bring it through all 3 loops. So it's going to look like this. Now we're going to continue all the way until we get to the end. And there we go. Last one. So that's what it's going to look like. And the next round is we are going to chain 1, flip the project over, and we're going to half double crochet again all the way until we get to the end. In this first half double crochet you see here, we're going to yarn over, stick our hook in, bring the yarn through, yarn over, and then bring the yarn through all 3 loops. And then here we have our next round. I will meet you at the end of this row here. Now before we finish off here, I'm going to grab a piece of paper. The bunny ear, we are going to make it in this shape. So we want one side to be flat and we want the other side to be rounded. Now keep that shape in mind. In this last stitch here, we're going to put 3 half double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, stick your hook in, bring the yarn through, yarn over, bring the yarn through all 3 loops, 1, then we're going to do 2, and then we're going to do 3. So this is going to be the rounded point of the bunny ear, and then this side is going to be the flat point, or just the flat side, I mean. And that just brings us right around to the other side of this. We're going to continue by putting half double crochets until we get all the way to the end. So here's our flat side, here's our rounded side. To maintain this flat shape, what we're going to do next round is we're going to chain 1. So chain 1, hook the yarn, bring it through, then we're going to flip the project over like this. We're going to continue half double crocheting all the way until we get back to this rounded side. So yarn over, stick your hook into the very first stitch right here, bring the yarn through, yarn over, bring the yarn through all 3. And that is how we kind of maintain that flat side here. Then let's go ahead and continue, and I'll meet you right before we get to this end. We're going to keep putting 1 half double crochet in each stitch, and then once we get to this very tip top of the round here, we're going to put 3 half double crochets in this one to maintain the rounded shape. So we're going to put in our first one, 1, second one, 2, third one, 3. And so there goes our round shape. And then we're just going to continue on all the way back down. So this is my last one here. Look at that nice flat side and look at this nice round side. What we're going to do is chain 1. So hook your yarn, pull it through, flip the project over. Then we're going to do more half double crochets. What? So we're going to go around and do this a few more times until it's 3 inches thick and 10.5 inches long. Then I'll continue on, and then I'll meet you back to where we get right here. We are approaching the rounded side. What was that? 1 half double crochet inside of each stitch until we get to the very tip of this round here. We got 1, a 2, a 3. Voila. And then we just continue half double crocheting all the way until we get to the other side. I'm kind of using the headband that I used earlier as a reference. So I'm gonna do one more round, one more pass through, and that way it'll be the size that I'd like. But again, you can leave it like this. At the end, we're gonna be folding this in half and kind of like make it look like an ear. Just keep that in mind. But you could stop here if you'd like. I'm just gonna do one more. Don't forget to start the new round, you're gonna chain 1, flip, put your first half double crochet in the first stitch here to keep that flat side, and then you're good to go. At the top stitch here, we're gonna put 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then you're good to go to continue. There we go, the last half double crochet. And so here we have our first bunny ear. To finish it off, what I like to do, 1 chain, and then I'm gonna create a long loop here, cut off some extra, and this is the extra yarn that I'm gonna use to actually sew it onto the headband. So that is pretty much 1 ear. You're gonna repeat the entire process for the next one, and when you get through that, I'll meet you back and we can assemble. First, I'm gonna put this headband to the side here and just focus on the ear. Let me go ahead and thread the crochet needle and just kind of tie that off. What I like to do is I like to fold this flat side of the ear here, pull the needle through the edge of the ear here. There we go. And so now it just keeps that shape for you. For attaching the ears to the headband, I'm gonna put the headband on, grab my ear, and I'm just gonna put it up against my head and see where it is that I like to have it lay. Just pin this right here into place so that way I remember where to sew it on. And you can have them as low or as high as you want. I usually have them like 10 stitches apart from each other. This is how I'm gonna sew the ear on. Here is my stitch marker. I'm going to place the ear facing up. So get a little bit of the headband, get a little bit of the ear, and just pull that through. And a little of the ear. And we're just gonna pull it through. Whenever you flop it back over, that's what it's gonna look like. When you're done with that, you cut off some of the excess. I'm just going to weave it into the headband. And here we have our first ear. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll be done. And here we are with our finished headband. I love it so, so much. I think these are just so fun to add to outfits, and I feel absolutely adorable. Guys, if you have any questions, or if you wanna see how I do the actual like beanie portion, please let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I really hope that this video helped. If you try this out, please send me a picture through Instagram or send me a video on TikTok. And look what I just got recently. These are labels with my logo on it. And I just put this one on the black headband and it's so cool. I'm definitely gonna make a lot more of these and put them up on my website. So if you don't wanna make it, you can just buy it from me if you'd like. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I had so much fun today. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.